boy do I have a surprise for you folks. Welcome to Let's Get On With It, Sonic the Hedgehog, a 16-bit 2D platformer released for the Sega Mega Drive/Genesis in 1991. I trust you've heard of it. There are already numerous playthroughs of this game, done by people far more skilled than I, but I felt like playing the game, and it's something that tied you over until I record King of Dragon Pass later this week, so I decided to share it with you. Now, if you've never had the pleasure of playing the original Sonic, then allow me to provide a brief synopsis. The mad scientist Dr. Robotnik is trying to ruin everything forever. You, Sonic the Hedgehog, with your amazing running shoes and devastating spin attack, are the only one capable of stopping him. Between you and your goal are 6 zones filled with perils galore, populated by former friends remade into robots. Along the way, you must make sure to collect the mythical Chaos Emeralds. Failure to do so will result in the game taunting you. Now, we're currently playing the first act of the first zone, Green Hill Zone. Each zone is divided into 3 acts. And sort of how, whenever you play a lot of action games, like, repeatedly, like maybe as a kid or something, you're trying to learn something, you end up learning the first level more than anything else. The same is true here for Green Hill Zone, so even though I haven't played this game for many years, I still remember so much about the game that it is a cinch for me. Now, collecting over 100 rings there gives us an extra life. And we've just completed the first level and hopped into a gigantic ring right there dancing around in the palm trees. After we finish with our scoreboard, back when games actually cared about score, we will fly into an amazing, revolutionary, this was incredible technology-wise for its time. This is a special stage. Now, there are several of these in the game, one for each Chaos Emerald. In order to get to this point, you have to earn 50 rings in the first or second act of a zone, and jump through that gigantic ring there at the finish line. Once you're here, you have to claw through various obstacles and avoid tricks of the level design to snag one of the Chaos Emeralds. You want to get into all of these before you finish the game, otherwise the game really doesn't consider you to have beaten it, and it makes fun of you. Second act here, a little more complex. The game introduces more complex features, kind of makes sense as the game goes on. But it's still Green Hill Zone, still idyllic, still very pretty, I mean. The game has aged well in the past 2 decades since its release. Its controls are smooth, it handles amazingly well. We've currently picked up the running shoes power-up, which makes us move ridiculously fast. So fast that unfortunately I collide with an enemy there and lose all of my rings. Again. Now, rings in this game act sort of like how the mushroom in Super Mario Bros. Acts, in that it provides you a shield, it protects you. Whenever you get hit in Super Mario Bros., you shrink from Super Mario to regular Mario. Well, whenever you get hit in this game, all the rings that you're carrying, you lose them. If you're not carrying any rings and you get hit by an enemy, you lose a life. And if you lose all the lives, you lose the game. You can get continues, but those are pretty rare and are tied to the special stages, so I wouldn't rely on them. But thankfully, hopefully my skill will be enough to carry me through this game. Now, something I'm trying to do at this point is to get enough rings in order for me to earn an extra life. Since I lost them at the beginning of the game, I'm currently backtracking to areas which will contain more rings for me. I managed to pick up a shield power-up there, which protects you from losing your rings if you get hit. Now, there are still some ways that you can die, even with, say, the invincibility power-up, or a shield, immediately, falling into a pit, or getting crushed. Doing some skillful jumping here, I'm risking losing all of my rings and the right to go to the special stage, but I really want to get over one. God damn it. These level designs, even at the beginning, are pretty tricky, and you've got to be careful, because they can send you careening off the Never Ever Land. Dick move. Anyway, over 100 rings, got another extra life. Finished Act 2, not as fast, but still pretty good, and we're off to the second special stage. Getting the Chaos Emeralds as early in the game as possible is a really great idea, because as you get further along in the game, it's much harder to make sure you finish an act with over 50 rings. Unfortunately, I don't really handle this one that well. I decided it would be a great idea to get bounced around and hop straight into the goal area, which means that while I did finish the special stage, I didn't get the Chaos Emerald. Most unfortuitous that. Now here we are with the final act. You cannot go to a special zone here, only in the first 2 acts. Thankfully there's an invincibility power-up right at the beginning, so we can quickly breeze through some of this stuff, and grab a shield as well. I missed my jump up there at the top, but that's alright, because there's a little bouncer up down there. And whee! Killing things without having to use the dash attack. I don't know what makes this Hedgehog so special, folks. He's got a lot of great powers. I think it's the shoes. You know, that's why basketball players market shoes as much as they do to other people. And now we have super shoes, and oh goodness, we're flying so fast, and oh! I was trying to get up there to snag the extra life at top of the loop-de-loop. Haha! Managed to get another extra life. We're going to be needing those later in the game. Hopefully I won't pour through all of them. Hopefully my skills and reflexes will prevail. But I am old and I haven't played Sonic the Hedgehog in a while, so bad things could happen. This is all being played through in one attempt, and yes, if you haven't noticed by now, this is post-commentary. Doing that for 2 reasons. One, the game records smoother and runs faster if I use the built-in emulator's recorder, which I really can't record. That was close that I didn't die there. So that's why I'm using the dot. And 2, I would like to focus on the game. This is something that I'm really playing for my enjoyment, and I'm just recording because I can. So yeah, post-commentary. Here we go, at the end of Act 3, at the end of every zone, you fight Dr. Robotnik in one of his numerous contraptions. Dr. Robotnik currently got his disco ball out, and he's swaying it to and fro. It's pretty easy to dodge him, though, I mean, it is the first boss, if you will, so not that difficult. Need 8 hits to deal with Dr. Robotnik. I think that was 8. Hopefully I remember that. I could be wrong. Whatever. All the Sonic games kind of blend in together with me, but at any rate, we free the imprisoned animals, and we are done with the first stage. So, not quite an expert run-through, but I did alright. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all later.